Good evening, everyone. How are you? Tonight is our finale night. It's the last one of this series of appreciating our village. I am super. Now, y'all done heard me say the word excited all week, but I'm super excited about the live that we're having tonight. One of the first personnels in our village, one of the first part of this village being built is who we are talking to tonight. I mean, let me tell you, I won't get into it all the way right now, but I will tell you that she's a community leader, community liaison. She's a business owner, and she's a child of God. Without further ado, I am ready to bring in my sister. Yeah, I said my sister, L.A. Macon. Woo!
I
Hi,
can.
L.A.
How you doing?
How you doing today,
I'm
beautiful?
blush. I complain.
Well, I appreciate you being here with us tonight because that takes time, and I know how you are about your time. You spread it out a little bit, but you very, very particular about who you spend your time with. So,
Listen, okay, because that's something I could never get back.
exactly, that's see, y'all been hearing me say that all week and understand that when you got like-minded people, they understand the benefit of value. Your time is valuable. When you spend it, you can't get it back. When you make a
If I
dollar and
loan you
spend it,
some money, if I loan you some money, I can get it back,
get it
right?
back.
If I let
Yes.
you borrow something, there's a possibility I can get it back. But man, my time, I can't get that back. So and then my peace and my energy go with the time. And I did it took too long to get here. So no, I don't got it to offer. But for you, it's always available.
Well, I love you for that. And I mean, truly love you. For some of you that don't know, she is the reason why my mind sparked for this series because last week sometime I did a live and I was talking, and when I got off that thing and realized I did not say anything about my sister, then I went back again and still this. I said, what the heck is wrong with me? And I said, never mind. This is God pushing me into another direction to make sure I understand that you might need to set aside some time and really think about the people that's been a part of what you're going into right now.
Yes, ma'am.
And I appreciate that. And I even text you, look, I'm telling all my business. I was like, babe, I can't believe I begin. And my husband is like, LA know your heart. She gonna give you grace. Chill out. No, I gotta make it right. I gotta figure it out. And here we are now with It Takes a Village. It takes a whole village.
Man, but so many people are self-made nowadays. So the fact that you even say it takes a village, honor is the best thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want to really tell people how this all came about. So most of you already know that I competed in the Miss Full Figure USA pageant back in 2016. In 2016, I came back home and I got a call maybe a couple of months later saying, people said that you was amazing in the back and with your fellow delegates. And people think that you would be good as a director. And I'm thinking to myself, talk a little more. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? And as we got to talking a little bit more, I accepted the opportunity to become a director. So my CEO and founder, Teresa Randolph, said, well, LA Macon is up in your area and she's at the Royal Palace. She got a boutique. I said, I know the Royal Palace is around the corner from my daggone house. So I know I called you a couple of times and you were busy, but you was never rude. And then I was like, okay, so I want to come and see you. I made sure, and you don't know this, I made sure it was a day that I didn't have to work for you can get a good first impression of me where I can wear makeup because I don't wear makeup to work all the time, people. And I didn't want to be in a position where she didn't see the best of me because I wanted to give her 100% because this was a recommendation for me to meet somebody that will be able to, I can connect with on my new journey. So when I came to you dressed, makeup and everything on purpose because your first impression of me meant something to me. Whether we hit it off or not, it was all about making sure my first impression. So let me tell y'all, we got a date and I walk into the boutique and did not expect the owner to be sitting at the front desk in her white tee and looking at me, and she walk in, she goes, "How you doing? How can I help you?" And she look at me and I go, "I'm looking for LA." She's like, "How can I help you?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're LA." So LA, do you remember the first time I walked into your store?
I absolutely do. I remember it. The funny thing is, I know this is about to look crazy, but baby, you know I'm not prepped for this. Hold on. Okay, we trying to find some power for me. Okay, we good. Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's live. It's live.
I do remember the first time I met you, and the funny thing is, you say that your day was off and you had makeup. I mean, no disrespect. I don't remember your makeup or anything. What I remember is the vibe, the experience, and the humbleness. I mean, I ain't really worried about your makeup or nothing like that, because listen, don't folks wear makeup to mask stuff and to make it look good? But the fact that you were good, and some people know I'm an iffy person. You know what I'm saying? And so I do remember that first experience with you. I think that we were both walking on eggshells, definitely because of the person who recommended us to each other and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, your spirit spoke volumes. I have no problem speaking on that. And the fact that, what did I tell you? I said, well, listen, I'm going to ride the wave with you. I got you, because if I can't tell you anything else about this experience, know that you are graced for this. And so that's the saying that I've kept in your life for the last 5 years is, listen, I don't really understand what you got going on. I know logistics. I know how to run business. I'm not a pageant girl. You know what I'm saying? But and I know spirits, and I know that anything that's done in decency and order, the Lord has to bless. And because you were so meticulous and you had so much going on and you wanted to make sure that you executed well, you were graced for this, because there was pure intention. And when you have intentions, we move forward gracefully. So, it's shown. You have fruit that you were graced for this.
I love you. Y'all gonna hear that a lot, because I love her, and it's gonna keep saying I love her because she's very generous. And you're right. Some people wear makeup to mask itself, but baby, I still look the same, just a little enhanced.
That's why I say I don't really remember the whole makeup thing, but I mean, you know, confidence and grace. You know, makeup, we need confidence and grace and love and integrity and loyalty. Girl, what's that on your eyebrows? The color of grace. What's that on your lips? The words of love. You see what I'm saying? That's the challenge.
You on fire. Yeah. So I'm going to take y'all back down memory lane. We're actually going to go through 1 through 4, because LA been a part of this village since day one. And since I started and the ink dried on me becoming a director, she's been there. She's been there as a foundation for a long time. So some of these pictures, you might be like, that was LA. Yes, it was LA. Be okay. She changed up on us a little bit. But this is when we had our first auditions, LA. And you came down and you was there to help, and Teresa was there, and you was like, all right, I got you, girl. We're going to get this through. And you worked me through that, and we worked together, and it was amazing. Yeah, and right. Then I had a conversation later with some other connections that I made in the D.M.V area, which was Mr. Reggie May. We connect with him, and I spoke with him about me having a modeling audition, because we had a fashion segment in the first year of our pageant, and we had them to come, and we had people to come out to audition to be a model, which was different from being a contestant. It was 2 different things. And he was like, yeah, you can come in, my doors are open. And I came to you and said, LA, we're going to Fashion and Figure and Bowie. We're going to do the model. Okay, Queen, what we going to do? And we set stuff up, honey. This is what me and her posing on the pink carpet when we had that audition that day. And we had a nice turnout too, didn't we, LA, for people to come out?
Yeah.
To audition. Nice. Yes, it was. We had a good time. I was trying to, we was doing line dances and everything. We had a good time. Yeah. And then after that, you said to me, you was like, Lorene, this thing it's about to blow up, babe. It's about to blow up. We need to get prepared for this. It's about to blow up. And I appreciated you for that. And then I know that sometimes when you take chances on people, you're like, I don't really know. And I never got that feeling from you. Never.
I appreciate it.
Never. Now, so let's get back into year one. Now you have your boutique, and it also was second as an event situation too. We'll talk about that a little later in our live. But we had our first preliminary party pinning ceremony at the Royal House of Styles, honey. The 2017 delegates was at Royal House of Style for their pinning ceremony.
Yes.
And it was a fun night as well. We seemed really, really happy with everything. We just had a good time. And I left that thing just ecstatic, like super ecstatic. So, talk a little more about what you've seen happening in the first year with the organization and the delegates and all that stuff. What did you see happening?
In the first year, I'm not really a pageant person, but once again, because of Miss Teresa, I'm familiar with the pageant world, and of course, by designing and styling, I'm familiar. But the thing is that what I'm familiar most, unfortunately, with the fashion world and with Black women is the cattiness and the nastiness. And so with you, when I told you you were graced for this, I was speaking as things are going to happen because you're dealing with women and we're not dealing with children where you can mold them. I believe you can mold adults, but their mind is already made up and then things happen in life. And so the attitudes, I just knew that it was going to be so much. But what really took me on board was the way you would grace every situation. What really took me on board was the way that you cared for these women. And then because we had a personal relationship, even in the first year, what really caught me was the things that you would do for other people. And you have a whole village yourself that you have to raise. Now, yes, people see your kids as adults now. They're just trained these last 2-3 years. But I've seen the princess at the young age. I've seen the young prince at the young age. You see what I'm saying? So the growth, the time, the perfection that you put into it was still handling your family is what really caught my attention. But then when you had the women come on board and all of those attitudes and all of those, the dopeness and the vibes start to mix together, it was like, man, you gotta uplift this queen and keep speaking positivity and helping if you can help. And if you can't help, get out the way type situation, because it was a movement that needed to move forward because women don't have much. We walk around like we have everything. And you created a safe space. And so that's what I saw. This pageant has created love. It's a sisterhood. It's loyalty. It's encouragement. It's I'm there if you let me be there.
Yes.
Everything was not perfect. No, it wasn't. I won't make that, you know what I'm saying? Make that the pretty picture. But what I'll say is in any imperfection that you reach in your life, that women reached in, if they allowed you to be there, you were there. And I thought that was so amazing because I'm a person who's always there for somebody, but I don't know who I can call on. So my thing is, sometimes you have to give the world what you don't have. And in the time where I met you, listen, number one, I was super fat on those pictures. Why ain't none of my you don't love yourself. You too fat. No, real life. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that, you know what I'm saying, I would pray that if I launched onto something that somebody would be there for me is the same way I supported you. The way that I would whisper sweet encouragement and stuff like that in your ear, I would pray that somebody would do that for me. And then sometimes you just never know why somebody is doing something. And so another amazing thing is in doing this, I seen you be lifted up. I seen God just make a beautiful flower out of you. And so with all of that, it's like, Yeah, you may have felt like I was there for you, but see, I'm a real one. I feel like that you allowed me to experience different things because there were some women that were nice, there were some that were mean, there were some people who let you be there were some people who didn't. And it was just like you still kept going. And if you could take anything away from your pageant, I believe that we should say if you have people, if you have a circle, let them be there for you. Call people's bluff because many people are saying, "Who are you?" They could really care. They just want to know, are you still going to be there? But I never felt like that with you. When you asked them queens, "How are you? Can I help you? What do you need?" It wasn't so that your pageant could move forward. It was so that you could make sure that those queens were uplifted. And when I say I think that that's amazing, but this year, I know I'm moving forward. It was this year where no contact could be made that I believe you made the greatest expression. But I'm not sure if the people knew that, because my greatest expression from you was behind the scenes, because everybody's seen the platform and the stage. But see, me, I'm big on character and integrity. And that's one thing that you've kept through these 4 to 5 years is even if it puts you in a bind and you don't tell nobody, you have you kept your word to uplift queens. You have set a platform. And I know some people may feel like that they set a platform for you. They ought to be glad that you set on their platform so that they could get a little bit more grace. But see, we not talk about that.
See, yes, you are going forward because I have a plan. Don't rock my plan, LA. I have a plan. We are on the first year, but everything that you said, it is definitely a situation where I reflect on truly that old saying on how I want to be treated. So I truly treat people the way I want to be treated because I want them to mirror what they see from me. And I think a lot of times people get what they put out. You get what you put out sometimes, and every so sudden you don't get what you put out because you put out good stuff, but people want to come against you. That's that enemy side. That's something totally different. But when you do genuinely care about what you got going on and the people around you and all that stuff, you get what you put out. And to hear you say everything you just said, it fills me. And I'm not going to act like I haven't heard it. Some of the things the last couple of days, but I never really put that stuff in my head because I don't look for things to come back to me in that way. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. Oh, excuse me. I almost, no crying. We're not crying tonight either. None of that. So, and I say that, and then now I'm about to bring us to pageant day for the first year. And now this is where the Bishop of Fashion coming in. She talked about how people didn't tell her that she was fat, but the girl dressed everything, every curve on her body. And in this photograph, she here with one of the most glorious queens I ever met before. And this queen had the ability to bring this queen that's in front of me on to this world. And this is our red carpet in year 1. This is Mama and LA. Look at that flyness on both of them, to be honest with you. They so freaking fly. We love her to death. We love her. And LA, look at you. Okay, yeah, you big, but look, you rocking the shoes, the happy feet. Y'all don't need to know about the faith in the feet. The shoes always bring it to it. But that was our first year. And our first year, you was also our platinum sponsor because you did so much in so many ways to help uplift us that year. And I will even talk about the fact that you you was like, somebody was acting up. Okay. We ain't gonna get too deep. LA came to me and said, "Can I hit her?" I said, "No, ma'am, don't hit her." And she was like, "She's not gonna mess up this night for us. It's not happening." And I said, "Just, do what you always do. So if I pray on her, I might bless her too." And I'm like, don't do that either. But what I found out is that you were just really protective of what we start to build, and you really cared about what was happening. And if you can take and make sure nothing happened out of the way, you made sure. If you seen it, you addressed it. for that pageant. And I appreciate you for that as well. I really, 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 really do appreciate you for that as well. So now we're moving into year 2. Yes, I told y'all we're going through the years because you have to understand the growth of these things. And you're going to see a little bit of changes in some things. Look, we doing audition. This is the team. Who in the corner? Who you see in the corner? You see LA. You see her right there with us. That is my family, our queens from the first year, Miss Relita Clark, our auxiliary queens, our first runner-up, our second runner-up, my foundation, my family, our manager, and LA on right there. Because you know what? You was part of the family. When you see this picture, LA, tell me what it brings to your mind.
As soon as the picture came up, I was like, oh, I got to stay professional. Because in my mind, I was just like, oh, we was lit that day. Only if people knew down on that day. Man, listen, I tell on myself, listen, we cut a fool. But laughter is good for the soul.
Yeah.
The second year that it was more organized.
Mm-hmm.
It was, that's probably why we had time to cut a fool, because it was real organized. So everybody was on their post. We were making it happen. And then when we knew it was break because we had a schedule, it was like, I bet you won't do this, girl. Did you see? And so we still had fun. The second year was cool for the simple fact that it was the first year all over again, because that's how you know that you did people right. Because if you look at the picture, all those queens came back. And what people fail to realize is what I learned about this pageant is you do not have to come back. You get your crown and you roll. If you are still here, it is by choice. There in this pageant, please don't think that because you won a crown, you have to go to the next. That every other option, every other thing that you decide to do is based upon how you want to move. If you want to rejoin, these people were around for fun. That the picture, I want to say, is an organized picture. I don't want to put the out there. The reason I say that is because if you look at the picture, it's the same people from the first year. Everybody has their sashes, their crowns and stuff on, right? So what happened was, doing this picture, I don't know if you remember, that nobody had their stuff on. And we was like, oh, gotta take a picture. Gotta take this. Everybody was enjoying themselves. It wasn't for clout. It wasn't for fame. It was like, oh, sis said this. And hear the word sis, because in business you say boss, or you're like, oh, the queen said. But then people were there because they wanted to, because you made them feel comfortable, and it was family. Even though, yes, that is your kids and your family, your kids were excited to be there. The queens were happy to return. I mean, look at it. You got a returning queen of returning queens of returning queens.
That's my ace.
You never know. You never know who you can bless. And some people probably wouldn't understand, like, dang, Relita's still in this joint. But see, that's the thing. You got to check the mindset, because to me, I'm like, something must be going on, because Relita's still there for 4 or 5 years. Please remember that this is a choice. You understand what I'm saying? So that picture to me screams fruition of the manifestation that God had already promised you, and the fact that you made everybody feel loved and like family. Even the people who were coming to audition was just still hanging around and excited. That day was, that to me, I know it was the auditions, but today that was a celebration. That was
a good day. It was a really good day. And and just to make sure everybody knows, she's right. You have a choice. When you actually, however, the first year you contract to me after you become queen, okay? Yes. And then you go to nationals if you win the crown. And then that means you stuck with me for 2 years. But if you win and after your year reign and you decide to move on, you definitely have a choice. Relita, after she completed and competed, she went to nationals. She came back and I was talking with her and she said to me, she said, sis, you do a lot by yourself. I didn't realize how much you was doing by yourself. We should really talk about, I want to stay around. What can I do? We start talking and boom, bang, we developed a mentor program. And because of that mentor program, it did put some relief on me doing some of those things, but at the same time, I'm still interacting, and it gave an opportunity for our queens or other delegates who necessarily didn't win anything, however, want to still be a part, we found a way to make everybody a part and make it a productive situation. And it worked out well. Relita is like, I can't call her my right hand. She's like my crystal and my crown. She don't go nowhere. This crown don't go nowhere. She's like right there. And I appreciate her. And she's my inaugural queen, honey. And she became a contestant because you recommended her to become a contestant. But she did the work. She did the work, and she brought that crown home. Yeah,
I don't know. That was that Holy Ghost. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Remember, that was Holy Ghost. If you had a footage from that one, listen, if folks didn't know, that first year was filled with the Holy Ghost.
Yes, it was. That girl ended up almost hitting off the stage. Listen. I said, whoa, hey, where's she going? She was, whoa. No, I did not put it in here. But she was definitely, you look like she was about to hit, she was going to go off. And you know what? It also says something about, again, look at this one. I'm not going nowhere.
I think you're going to have to pay me for the plug. There's no free ride on this one.
So, I mean, you're right. That second year was full of everything. The love, that picture says so much. So we in our second year. And you're going to see a little different in LA. But before that difference came, this is the flyer that went out for our second year. Yet again, the Bishop of Fashion. Look at the jacket. Look at the hair. Look at the hands. She's like, I got something for y'all. You don't want to see this Bible verse hit you in your face. It's just, you look so good. And then you show up on the red carpet looking like this. Hey! You look so good, baby. You look so good.
Thank you.
When you go back to that day, and I'm gonna show y'all one more. She is our MC, and she's, as long as she's gonna do it, I can't be without her. As long as she's gonna do it, because when she hit the stage, the energy is bonkers. You know what I mean? And this year you did the fashion segment. And that's you and our Miss Full Figure Swimwear Queen 2017 Capri Butler, and yourself. You giving out that outfit, which was actually part of the Royal House of Style Boutique, which was, oh my God, the name of Mimi Boutique. What is the full name of her boutique?
Royal Closet Boutique.
Royal Closet Boutique. Right. It's a closet in the house. That's right. Remember that. The Royal Closet Boutique, honey, they was giving them the business. The business. And I'm telling you, it was just like, oh, look what's happening here.
Absolutely.
Look what's happening here. It was such a good day. So I mean, the second year, we saw some improvement, right? We saw some improvement.
The second year was lit. Second year was great.
Second year was awesome. We had a good time, and we also talked about things that I wanted to do. And one of the things I wanted to do is the t-shirts. Nice t-shirts. And every year you get us going. Like right now, I got on one of our purple t-shirts. This is cute. You can't see it all. It has our logo on it, honey. Good material, the V-neck, and the delegates got an opportunity. The delegates had an opportunity to get their t-shirts either with 2018 delegate on the back or size have no barrier on booty on the back, and they just, honey, they love these t-shirts. It was just something about that, you know what I mean? So it was so cool. I mean, so the second year went well. It went amazing, and then we get to 2019 again. The fashion. Here you go. Here y'all go. Again. Yet again. Hence her name. Look at the feet. Take notice to the feet. That's all okay. All right. I won't do no more. I won't say anymore. But I will tell you this. In the third year, we were talking and you had something else in mind for the third year. And what you had in mind was just amazing. So I'm going to play something, and then you're going to talk about it when it's done. It's just a little clip.
This young lady blessed my heart so much because her heart was pure. So she received the tour of the Royal Palace. She received business advice. She's taking pictures with many queens. Y'all showed her love. But on top of that, we have some other things for you. So, we ain't gonna have nobody in your business, but we do have a cash prize for you. On top of that, we're gonna give you some t-shirts so you can rep your company the way you want to on everything. We're gonna sponsor her for 30 days on our Instagram and Facebook page. So here we go. Yo, these shoes that her and mama got on, you know the ones y'all see on my page that y'all like, the ones y'all see on celebrities.
Hey, if you had to be there to get the full effect, y'all need to learn how to come in and be in attendance. But that was a program that we discussed and you developed called Queen in Training. Can you tell us what made you go to that thought process?
Honestly, a transparent moment. That year was one of the roughest years of my life. And I knew that if I couldn't do anything else for myself, that at least I could do something for somebody else. Nobody knows this, but I'm starting to become very more transparent, so I'll share this. It's nothing like becoming who you're supposed to be and evolving and getting the fruits of your labor. And then you have to sit with yourself and say, man, if somebody would have talked to me a little bit nicer, or if somebody would have believed in me, or if somebody would have asked me how I'm doing, I could have been in a better place. And see, and when you grow and when you're healing, there's still some self-sabotaging that happens. And there's still a lot of what ifs. So I was looking good, but I wasn't feeling good on the inside because I was happy about that was happening in my life, but then I just felt like I didn't deserve it. And then I was in a time in my life where I couldn't help myself anymore. And I just knew that the Lord told me, if I can, whatever you make happen for another man, he'll make happen for you. So I knew that I couldn't make myself feel good. So I had to make somebody else feel good. And I knew that people have to be trained. People and it's not going to be the same. Somebody has to sow the seed. Somebody has to water it and so to nurture it. And you know what? When you get older, you lack a lot because you're not really willing to hear what other people say, because as adults we're know-it-alls. But if somebody would have loved on me and encouraged my dreams, whether they thought they were right or wrong, or at least just acknowledge me, not platform acknowledgement, because when I was young, it wasn't all of this social media. What I'm saying is just really care about me and stay consistent to their word of what they were going to do for me. I was just like, maybe I could be better. And the thing is, I helped so many ungrateful adults. Now, you know, I can roll out a Rolodex, but that's not me. And I got to a point in my life where I couldn't talk to adults. They were making me angry and my heart didn't stay pure. But I was running across, and when I put out job applications, I was running across kids asking me for jobs. And these kids would work like your kids. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's not funny. It's sad. I was helping all these adults and they was backbiting and talking about me and stabbing me in my back. They was ungrateful. And the whole time I was helping them because I needed help. I was trying to give the world what I didn't have. And to be talked about and done wrong, man, screw these women. That's what was in my mind. Man, screw these women. Screw these adults. Y'all y'all selfish. Y'all trifling. Y'all lack integrity. And y'all think y'all know it all, and y'all down putting everybody and calling everybody sis, and y'all ain't helping nobody. And so what happened was, man, I started running across these kid businesses that year. And I was like, what the heck? And so I said, hey man, listen, you can't put your kids with everybody.
There you go.
Okay. You can't put your kids with everybody. And then you gotta watch You got to watch who you get with and who you put your kids with, because people's motives and intentions is ill. So,
Yeah.
and because you created so many platforms, whether people wanted to say it or not, because you created so many platforms, another platform that you needed was to identify what you were doing for your child and nobody saw it. So between you and your relationship with the princess,
No, Shaylise is who she's speaking
oh, I'm
of.
sorry, because I'm sorry. Yes, she's the princess, and because of who I and because of the interactions I was having with adults and the way I seen the love for business and kids, I figured, what other platform? We raising up queens, but these queens was loving. You, queen, were loving. You were building. You were encouraging. And listen, I ain't want nobody to miss out. And if I could have my hand in something like that. And so I said, Relita, I want to do this queen in training. And she said, why? And I said, listen, man, because nobody even what, man, the way the princess blossom, man, listen, I can't, I'm probably gonna hate it. I met her first day, was so respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, Miss LA. Yes, Miss. Man, she didn't take pictures. She did everything her mother asked. She didn't do nothing. Man, then one day I got on Instagram and Facebook and I seen her and she was talking. Man, then she started talking to people at the pageant. Then she started talking backstage and helping. Oh, then she started hugging people. Stuff like that don't change unless there's a seed being watered. And you knew that the seed was being watered. And on top of that, you were still helping other people and running this pageant. So that's a way to honor you, honor her. And that's why the princess presented this stuff as well. Because listen, we've got to uplift these kids. Don't talk about these kids if you don't have a solution. And that was the thing. I ain't going to tell no girl she fast tail. I ain't going to tell no girl not to dress. What I'm going to do is I'm going to love her in what we call sin and what we think is wrong. And they're going to be like, dang, why LA or why Miss Lorraine love me that much? And they not talking about me. They just help me. So if you got a mini skirt on, doesn't say that I agree, but it was hello, beautiful. Because what if you was wearing a mini skirt to be called beautiful? We're so busy calling stuff out and talking about people, but we don't address and give a solution. And I didn't want to be one of those people. And I needed people to know that, listen, this is real. Yes, we need to uplift these queens, but if we uplift these princesses, man, we're going to be surrounded with nothing but queens. And that's another thing that I say. I used to always post, I'm surrounded nothing but queens. And that was normal because I ran with the queens, but then y'all had a queen's mindset. Now, not everybody, but the fact of the matter is the example that you set while still living and blessing and holding to your word for others for this pageant is what the queen in training had to happen.
I loved it. When Relita told me about it, I said, I absolutely love it. It is a beautiful idea. I mean, yes, you're right. It's not a funny situation when you have adults who do not want to confirm or want to acknowledge that you was there for them, and for them to not only that, be there for others as well, including yourself, since I was so far there for you. My daughter, Shaylise, I mean, if people who don't know, I have 3 daughters. My oldest name is Deshawn. My middle daughter name is Ayana, and my youngest daughter name is Shaylise. Well, Shaylise is the one who identified with me in the most way because of her body type and some other things. My oldest daughter, that baby is just a diva in all ways. My middle daughter, she's very business oriented. She's very focused on something. But Shaylise got to the point where she was just not knowing which way she wanted to go. And I feel like at one point she was looking at 2 different examples, and I had to get her focus to look at her, like, look at you, baby. Be what's good for you, because what worked for this girl and worked for this girl might not work for you. We have to figure out and do the work. And that's some of the things that we say to delegates who come into this place. It is natural for women to look around and look at other women and go and size them up. But you know what? Get your moment and get your look in and get over it, because you're never going to be her and she's never going to be you. So you better be okay with putting in the work and being you the best way you possibly can. That is something that we talked about, we build on. And like you said, the fact that this product came out because you watched that growth in my daughter, It put me in tears. You know it did, because I think we did a live and I was all over the place.
Yes.
But you're right. It's work. So that was a beautiful program, and we're gonna have to bring that back as soon as possible. So we'll talk about that. But that was the power moment in 2019. Now we're in 2020. Okay, 2020, and yet my MC is LA. I can't do things. Okay, now I can't. I don't see this pageant without her on the mic. And when the day she tell me she can't do it, I'm probably gonna act like a fool and kick and scream. But you know what? I understand things have seasons, but I'm still gonna not let that season go quickly. But here we go with that red carpet look thing happening here. Oh, Bishop of Fashion. She went through a couple of outfits. Boom, here go one. Okay. The velvet. Is that velvet, baby? Oh, yes. Look at the mask, everything. Then she came back. She said, let me fix the back of me, but I got the front of me too. You was giving them the business again. And then, of course, our picture. We can't be without our picture. Look at us. We look good together, LA. We look so good together. That's my sister. So, she got on the main stage. This is her on the stage. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that when you walked into that pageant, our pageant on a day. Now, let's remember, we're used to the big theater for 3 years in a row.
Right.
And I literally had a whole hissy fit about us not being able to be in the theater, and I had to downsize and try to make sure that this be as safe as possible. Not even downsize, but we had to move it, and then also try to keep it where if we can have it. So all these things was going on through my head, and I'm thinking, oh, how am I going to pull this together? When you came in, you said it a little earlier. Let's talk about it now. Year 4, pandemic, we had to make it work. We made it work. Did we make it work, LA?
You made it work. You made it work. You made it work. You can't let nobody take the credit, because I know the backstory. So I'm not even going to say you made it work. I did what I could to help you, but you made it work. You and the Lord. You were graced for this.
Well, when you did your red carpet interview, I looked at it, and I'm going to show it, but not at this moment. Not before I show them what type of energy you bring to the stage, because the first thing you do is you address the crowd quite honestly, with a little bit of honesty.
They're celebrating the art after dark. Cheers to 15 years. We celebrate this. Now we're going to go into my category. I'm a little biased about it. What category that shall be? You know what? Y'all listen. Okay, I'm going to turn around in this dress and get on back down this way. And bring on Miss L.A. Macon. How y'all ladies and gentlemen doing? Hey. How y'all ladies and gentlemen doing? Hey, y'all alive, y'all sharp, makeup done it. How many of y'all been out? We ain't been able to come out. So, listen, this swimwear. A lot of ladies ain't been able to wear their swimwear. I know a lot of y'all want to wear y'all swimwear. So what I'm going to do, I don't have no swimwear on. I have, a jacket and pants on. I'm filled with the Holy Ghost. Oh, I know you are. I'm not the bishop of fashion for no reason. I bring grace to the stage now. Listen, no, all seriousness, I'm going to step off the stage so that we can introduce our swimwear. Listen, this is a pageant where we here to support. Y'all done already paid y'all ticket. I need y'all to clap. I need y'all to be excited. I need y'all to interact. Like it's your favorite football team. Your Tory gotta fail. Ashley Tory gotta fail. Fashion somebody. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna move forward for the swimwear category. Come on, these ladies walking in. We need to be active. Y'all ain't coming in to be quiet. They need encouragement. I'm pretty sure they're nervous. They ain't been to the beach first time wearing their swimsuit. Come on. begin with Miss Exquisite, D.M.V delegates.
Baby, you made sure that they knew they ain't been nowhere. Y'all better make sure y'all understand that y'all out here, you spend your money, go ahead and enjoy yourself, and then you make sure they understood. We encourage the women that hit this stage. Don't you dare do anything other than that. You know, I just showed that part, but I'm gonna give them a little clip of what it looks like when it comes together.
The yellow cover-up, the royal blue. She almost got the Taylor look going on here. You better touch somebody.
You about to shake it. Cross the flick on the wrist.
Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Cancer is the zodiac sign, and she's ready.
Shaking in the waist, shaking the flash like to see her face. And she looking like a snack, cute. Birkin bag on the way.
Next up, y'all get ready. Another plus delegate, Miss Gabrielle Parker. Come to play with
Man, that was a ball.
Sis, you are immaculate. You were giving those girls so much energy. The audience had no choice but to give the same energy back.
We've been sitting in the house for 6 months already, not doing nothing, eating steak and cheese and catching the Netflix and chill. Like, just be excited. Just be excited to be in the land of the living, if anything else.
Yeah, every time after the pageant, I always get this question: who was the lady again on the mic? What was her name? Oh man, she don't play. She was giving them everything, and she was encouraging, and I always get excellent feedback when it comes to you and the scenes that you do. And I'm like, well, look, I've been graced with her. You know what I mean? And I didn't have people say, do you think? I said, that's a question I asked her. But you know what? I know my favor. I can't tell you what's going to happen if you go in that direction. But I adore everything that you have done and continue to do. You know, when we went through this pandemic and I had to come up with an idea on how to do the girls' photo shoot this year for the delegate photo shoot, I came to you with an idea because you were already in the making of putting things together to conform to address the pandemic by making sure people have masks and everything. Baby, we rocked the world when they saw this, honey. They saw that mask and that shirt together. They was like, whoa, can I get everybody? Wow. Oh, this is exclusive, sweetheart. This
Absolutely.
goes to Mr. Diggins. I said, they don't even get print like this no more. I said, this is an exclusive. And
Absolutely.
I mean, I can tell you how many people was in. I said, you could try. Again, that's always my thing. You could try, but I can't promise you anything. You had us looking so good. The delegates look amazing, and theirs as well. It was just a beautiful thing. Now, we talked a little bit about some of the things that you said that were so heartfelt for me in your interview. And, you know, I really want to play it. It's all about what made us what we are right now. All right. Tonight we are here with our co-host, LA. And I'm loving the whole look, the bag. I mean, we got a whole ensemble here, right?
I mean, that's how you live, right?
Yeah,
You got to keep it together.
Gotta keep it together. Well, before I get to question about what you want tonight, I want you to talk a little bit about your boutique because I've been there. I love the fashion. Just tell us a little bit.
Okay, well, she put it on the other side for me. So we have a boutique that is no longer my focus or the vibe that I'm in right now. But yes, we do have a boutique on Parsons Drive where it's a full women's and men's boutique. We do alterations, makeup, hair, photography studio, anything that you need to bring content to your page, to bring life to your life, styling. We do have a venue for kids events, pop-up shops. We're a one-stop shop for family, men, women, Christian base. We have a nice vibe, and so these are the things that we do. Come by and see us at 7813 Parsons Drive, Forestville, Maryland.
Yeah, now, you know I had to put you on the spot for that.
Excuse me.
We good? Okay, keep going. Okay. So, tonight, you are here to co-host, but you've been here supporting this organization for a long time. How does it feel to come back for another night, especially during this pandemic, to be able to have this special moment?
Honestly, it's amazing. Mm-hmm. The reason I say it's amazing is because this situation gave us a time to have excuses. And when I say excuses, Miss Lorraine put on a pageant, and she could have easily canceled this. But because she's a woman of her word, even if it didn't turn out exactly how she wanted to honor her word to these queens for all the work that they've done. So I think that that's amazing. I told her from the first year that she was graced for this. I'm just excited to be a part because these women have worked so hard, and it would have been devastating for them not to be able to fulfill everything that they started out. So what I think is gracious, and gratitude brings blessings. So I know that tonight will be excellent for her and everybody in attendance.
I love exactly what you said, and you're such an inspiration. Can you tell everybody like what brought you to be that inspiration for so many people?
To be honest, two things. Being honest with myself and the type of person that I am, and knowing once I started to begin to heal what type of people I needed. So I knew that I needed love, so that's the only thing I live by. I don't care about money. I don't care about anything else. It's love. Love heals, love conquers. And if you love a person where they are, because many people did that for me, you become greatness, and you fulfill the destiny that God has for your life. And so I believe that if you can touch one person at one time, that's the things that we need to do. We need to be the gods in the earth. And it's not super holy or religious. Just acknowledge who you are and the places that you needed help, and fulfill those things once you begin to completely heal.
I love it, and I think that's what these women are here to do tonight. So yes. I honor you for coming every year and being supportive to Lorraine and this organization.
Of course. It wouldn't be anything less. You support those that support you, and when somebody is graced for something, you walk it when they low, because it's nothing like getting friends at the top. We don't need friends at the top. We need friends at the bottom. And not saying that this is at low, but I know that this thing is going to go beyond for everyone. No matter it's for you, this extends your career, gives you another platform. And as we continue to encourage and grow, we all can be amazing if we connect the right way with the right motives.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, I'm going to let you get to your job tonight as being amazing co-host for the evening. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your inspiration with us on the red carpet.
No problem. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. You look beautiful. Let me borrow the mask later.
Oh, you so much joy. You so much joy. When I watched that red carpet interview, because of course, I don't get to watch it when everything is going on. I cried, LA. I cried so hard because, oh God, don't cry now. Because, I know where everybody sets in this journey, but it's definitely a journey. The women that comes in this pageant have to understand that it's more than a pretty face and a pretty dress. We expect a lot more than that because that's the only way you're going to get your full fulfillment in it. If you come in for just the crown and you lose the crown, you're going to be disappointed in everything. If you open your heart and actually decide to do the work, you will be amazed to see what else you can get from this process. This process is put in a position for you not to only earn the crown, but to earn who you are. And that crown might not be physical for you, but it will be something that you can hold up tall. And it didn't have to have a jewel on top of it. You just have to be willing to put in the work because you know what? It's a level up situation. Now, I can't tell you that other situations might be just about the crown. You get the crown, you do whatever you want to do. The motto is that we uplift, encourage, and serve our community. In order for you wanting to be able to do that, you got to be okay with yourself to be able to give to others in most situations, So it's important about that. So I appreciate everything that you said at that time. And I don't take compliments as well as I should. Some people say I don't know how to accept some things because I'm always reverting it back to other people to tell them how I but you. I'm learning. I'm learning. In this case, that's what makes me love you so much because you're genuine and you never turn away from being genuine from me. If you had a bad day and we had conversations, if something came off kind of crazy to me, I wouldn't never say, why would you talk to me like that? You have grace. She gets a day or two. I let her figure it out and then I'll talk to her later. I'll be back, But now I'm going to go into, your business. You at that time, like you said, I'm not in that space right now, but you are a stylist, a visionary, a philanthropist, a business coach, inspirational speaker, community liaison, CEO of the Royal House of Style and Royal Palace. Honey, that's who you are too. That is who LA is too. And I know when you got into the Royal Palace, you had some of the family get together and take a nice photograph together. And, we want to talk about the things that you have going on. You also have a foundation of Giving is Living Foundation. And I really want to talk about that as well, because, when I looked at your post and it had this picture on and it says, New Year, same goals, feed, bless, and love those in our community in need, even when the need does not look what we think need looks like. I just thought that was perfect, LA. I think that was perfect because sometimes people look at people and because they're not dirty, because, they're not dirty, they figure they don't need anything. They don't need anything at all. You know what I mean? It's not necessary. And you see a bigger picture there. Your picture is a much bigger picture to the point where though your post was looking like this. I got masks. Who wants them? Come and get them. I have it here for you. We giving this stuff out to you. You know what I mean? That's what your posts were looking like. Also, during the Thanksgiving season, you were you were always also handing out masks too. Y'all was handing out masks in the neighborhood and supplies for the hand wipes, gloves, sanitizer. Thanksgiving, you was giving around big dinners for people. Baby, you had turkeys for days. Turkey. You had those things there. And you also was gracious enough on your post to say thank you to the people who contribute to the foundation. And you always leave an open door to say, you can do this. It's here. This is what I'm got going on. Because LA, you're just simply amazing. And I love that smile. And I love it's the attitude for me because that's what it is for me. But I'm gonna give you this time to talk about those or outlets that you provide for people as well.
I really don't know where to start. I think by you posting the Giving is Living kind of caught me off guard because you read the post. Another transparent moment. Let's start from the beginning. Royal House of Style is a styling house. I've been in this business. I am the go-to person. I am your stylist. I am the person that people don't want to admit to because I am the person that makes everybody look good. I make it happen. I don't have to be seen. Many people will not tell you that they work with me, that I've helped them, that I've styled and designed because we all like our accolades a different way. Some people like comments and likes for accolades. I like checks and balances. So that's what makes us different. I need my checks to clear and I don't need a blue check by my name. I need to clear in my account. And so therefore I design, I style, and I give people the space and opportunity to design, to style, and to grow into themselves. And so that's what the Royal House of Style actually came from. It started from me hustling and then taking my money and doing the right things and moving and grooving in different areas of life. Then the we did that, which is hair, makeup, everything, styling. Then we moved forward to 2 years ago. And I opened up the Royal Palace because I'm always throwing events. I love the party. Yes, if you know me, you know me. If somebody say LA stuck up, they don't know me. But if they know that LA, I love to worship God and I love to party. I love to party for party. So throwing so many events, needing more space, hearing God in an expansion, and just wanting a different platform and making things happen. I'm also business savvy. And so when the market is good for something and the Lord blesses and kicks the door open, that's what you move forward to. So I did the Royal Palace. Giving is Living. Now, if you hear me do interviews, much you don't hear me Let me say this though. Royal House of Style and Royal Palace is my business, but I no longer operate in those businesses as I retired March 21st of 2020. People do not believe that. Just because you see me around, I have other businesses. I retired from Royal House of Style and Royal Palace. So when people say, I IG'd you, I messaged you, you are no longer talking to me. You are talking to the people that make me still look good. See, you got to get make me look good. Okay. Now moving forward to the heart and the passion. Life no longer became hustle and bustle and needing to pay bills and trying to set platforms because I was well off. I was secure in what I did. And so with Giving is Living, yes, the foundation started in 2020. But if you go back, ever since 2016, I want to say, I began what we call the annual Giving is Living Christmas, then the annual Giving is Living Thanksgiving. That is my most precious project. I appreciate you supporting Royal Palace and Royal House of Style. But if you know my heart now, Giving is Living is my heart. 2 years ago, I donated my birthday to the homeless. And I didn't understand why. I don't think that I still understand why. So don't buy me no gifts. I don't drink. I don't do any of that. So just if you want to bless me for my birthday, can y'all donate some stuff? And I'm gonna get a U-Haul and I'm gonna go on my birthday and I'm gonna buy cupcakes. I'm gonna buy food and I'm going to the shelter. And I'm gonna pass this stuff out. And I asked a couple of friends and family members. I'm sorry, I will correct myself. At that time, it was all family to assist me. You have to know, you have to be like Noah, just move. If you know that you're hearing from God, you have to move. That I mean, I had a whole U-Haul full of stuff. My mom, my dad, my sister, Mimi, Relita, a couple of the kids, they went with me. That was one of the best birthdays of my life. I'm always a giver. That was one of the best birthdays of my life. But something very bad happened to me. The best birthday of my life turned into the worst year and the worst birthday of my life. And so when I started this foundation, it was for the homeless, because I have homeless best friends. I love the homeless people. I stop and I talk to them and all of that. And I know it's a need because I'm from the hood. So that's where they started out as. But what if you just giving and you don't got no more to give? And so in 2019, I'm sorry, Giving is Living, which was not a foundation solidly, but I was operating like it was. It took on a whole new meaning, because I felt like God had forsaken me. Nobody knows that. I donated my birthday. I gave. My heart was right. I was doing right. And then 30 days later, my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. In my mind, it's like, God, you know what was going to happen. So I listened to you and I donated my birthday to help these people. And you wasn't going to take the cancer away? Wasn't that the ticket? You're not going to help me out? My life changed forever. Never going to be the same. And so it was like, that Giving is Living is different now. Because it was easy for me to give out material things because I had the money to buy them. But to give out material things and be giving love and I didn't have no love, and I felt like God forgot about me, I was really giving out of my heart. I was giving out of pain, out of suffering, out of hurt, while losing everything. I lost my whole world. Nobody even knew. I'm always there for nobody. And I didn't have nothing. And so I said, man, somebody got to give to somebody like me. So yeah, I'm going to keep helping the homeless. But what about them people that got everything but don't have peace? What about the people that got, because nobody ever asks me, am I okay? Because they know that I'm well off. Well, man, yeah, I'm well off in money, but my heart is hurting. My brain don't make sense. I don't want to breathe. I'm losing my mother. I'm losing my kids. I'm losing my business. I done lost myself. But because I'm trying to be obedient and honorable to God, I'm still giving. And I'm still giving to the people that's hurting me. We got to get rid of this stereotype of helping people is homeless. So I'm going to give on both ends of the spectrum. I'm going to give to the homeless and I'm going to give to the richest. Like people during this pandemic, people was like, I'm at the food bank and people pulling up in BMWs. Mind your business. What if the company paid for the BMW?
And they don't have their business anymore.
You don't know nothing about these people. We pick and choose who we want to bless. We pick and choose how we want to love. We pick and choose when, where, and how. Who are you to decide the destiny that God has fulfilled? God says, be me in the earth. He didn't say to the rich or to the poor, to the white or to the black. He says, be me. Be authentically you. So now in the Giving is Living, this is my business. This is my heart. This is my world. Because until I go to the grave, I'm going to give to the rich and the poor. I'm going to give love. I'm going to give joy. I'm going to give kind words. I'm going to give grace. I'm going to give forgiveness. I'm going to give peace. As long as I'm living, I'm giving. It's not going to change. I don't care how you treat me. If you say I'm less than, I don't care if you say I'm better than. I'm going to say you are loved. And I'm going to give. And I'm going to look for the need. I ain't going to ask where the need is, because sometimes people don't feel like that they in need. Mm-hmm. So if I can identify the need, I'm going to go and help it. I ain't going to talk about it. And I'm going to let God get the glory, and I'm going to let the Lord reward me. But I don't know nothing else. There's so many times where I want to be disobedient. There's so many times where I don't want to reach out to people. But this is all I know. This is authentically me. As long as I can breathe, as long as I can move my limbs, I'm going to give. And so I just ask people, help me out. But listen, I'm a child of God, and I believe what God says. So if don't nobody help me out, I'm never going to remove my hand from the plow. I'm never going to remove my hand from the plow. Because one day that I decide to remove my hand from the plow could have saved somebody's life, could have saved my life, could have blessed somebody, could be somebody's million, could be somebody's ticket. And will always be God's glory. So even if I have a what if in my mind, there's never a what if God's going to get the glory, because he makes it clear that he's going to get it. And so that's why his living is what it is. That's my heart. It's my baby, and it will move forward in grace.
Because you have it. And as you say, you walk in his word, you walk in his light. You know, a lot of people take a look at us in our situations. I mean, you started this by saying that you were doing something that could have caused you to take your life or be illegal. Turn that around and put it into something that was a lot of in the pattern that you feel your life needed to be in. And you know what, baby? I love you, Cole, all my heart, my hugs. And if I never asked you if you was okay, I apologize, because I know one thing I do. I call you and say, hey, sis, I hope all is well. But you know what? I can't honestly say I asked the question, are you okay? And it's okay for me to be, to recognize that, you know, because we do say, LA, you know, she's strong, she is, but I get that same, I understand that mentality when you like, well, do anybody really understand what I'm going through? But I know for a fact there's so many people that might not express it. We're going to tell them now, you know what? She's not looking for it all the time, but it's okay to ask her, is she okay? Because that's all she's saying. She gives out love. I'm talking to you, LA. You give out love unconditionally in some manners, in some fashions. And it's one of the things that we have in common, that we are unconditional lovers. And you are an unconditional giver. Now, I might evaluate a little bit, but you are an unconditional giver. And as you said, she's asking, if you can give, will you help the community by donating? You can go to the IG page at Giving is Living DC, and the Cash App is $SOWSEED SEED. You see that? You know, if you feel like giving right now, go ahead and give right now. It's going to go to good work. You know, if you feel like giving right now, go ahead and give right now. And see, I'm going to tell you how genuine this thing is. None of this was planned. Just like everybody else is freelance. But when stuff is genuine, it comes out like this. She poured into a place that she probably didn't think she was going to go into, dealing with this live today. But I can guarantee you her blessings are going to continue to come. And she's continuing to go right into other people's hearts. You know what I mean? She's continuing to go into other people's hearts. And somebody is watching this right now going, oh my God, you know, I did say something about somebody who driving in a Mercedes, but guess what? They driving in that Mercedes and they probably living in it and parking in a back lot somewhere. They still got good clothes. They still got all this stuff there for you. They have it there for you, but guess what? They doing with what they have. Don't prejudge people. That is the problem with a lot of society. You want to prejudge people because you assume that they're in a position that you feel you should be in. You don't even know that daggone story. You have no idea. You know, LA, me and you both had a hard 2020. And most people wouldn't even recognize it for me. People were like, they can't understand. I'll tell you now, I cried every night after my brother died. My brother died January 7th of 2020. He was my last living sibling and my last living immediate relative. That means mother, father, all my brothers and sisters. My brother's birthday is February 7th, 30 days after he died. And then last year, after he passed away, because of my commitments that I made, people was trying to figure out why she keep going. Why is she not going in the corner? I was in the corner, people. I was on my knees. I was always praying. I was always giving to myself. I took those time for myself. But that also goes to not judging people by what you see on the outside and assuming stuff. Don't assume anything. Okay?
Yeah.
Ask questions. Be clear before you ask questions. This was all about celebrating the village of the Miss Full Figure D.M.V pageant. Well, baby, this is what the village look like. It's genuine people who's in this village. It's real life people dealing with real life situations. And at the end of the day, baby, we still got a pageant.
Listen, and that's what I need people to understand. In 2020, when I retired for the reason of going into the corporate world. And going into the corporate world, I was privileged to certain information. And being privileged to certain information, there were some decisions that you were making that I did not agree with. And I let you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would tell Relita, stay on top of this. This is how I feel. This is how this is going to have to happen. And Relita would listen and you would listen. And I need people to know this. You had every right, because I had the documentation to give to you, to say, we're going to move this pageant to next year. We're not having it. And Relita, and you say, Relita said, she's not going for that. And I would say, well, why are you still doing this pageant? No, listen. And you would be like, it's okay. And I would say, it's not okay. And you'd be like, I got it. And you would get in your car and then you would come back and you'd be like, and you didn't never stop. What people would have to realize is you would always come back with something added on. They say, well, LA, we're going to have a photo shoot. Okay, no, we're not doing no photo shoot. You say, yes, I am. No, Relita, if she do that photo shoot, you better not go, because we live a different lifestyle over here. No. We got too many risks. This is a pandemic. This is the real life. This is not a test. You understand what I'm saying? And you made a way to execute everything that you promised them girls in their first meeting before you even knew about a COVID.
Correct.
And so after I realized that Relita had your back, she was relaying the messages, but she had your back. And when I would talk to you and you would come with new ideas and you would come with your problem and your solution. Hear me, people. She came with a problem. I gotta have a photo shoot. I need shirts, but I can't do it here. But this is what I'm gonna do. Her problem and her solution. I started to say, all right, let me put my good foot on. Whatever she needs to make happen, make it happen. And one thing I can say about 2020 is I bowed out. I bowed out because I knew it wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
But you, with every reason to have an excuse and not owe nobody nothing. You had your family stuff going on. You had, listen, okay, she talking about the brother, but baby, she got kids. You got one that was in college, one that was graduating, one that, listen, the son got to be everything and everywhere. And then, listen, he got his own mind. Then you got a baby starting a business. You got family stuff going on. And you still had enough brain cells and enough peace to execute these things for Queens. And I hope that nobody from the 2020 year took for granted how that thing came to fruition, because you did not give up. And when you hit a wall, you knocked it down like Jericho's walls. You did what grace, and nobody even knew what happened or what was going on. And so I had to show up for you. I commend you. I honor you for keeping your word. Because see, here's the thing. People say they somebody. People carry titles. People want to put on all these conferences. People want to be sister this and queen this. But what does your action show? Everybody want to be a wife until it's time to cook dinner and pay bills and iron the clothes. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur until it's time to do the taxes. Everybody want to be a CEO when you can wear the shirt and take the pictures and get the tax write-off. But when it's time to reprimand, everybody want to do this until it calls for integrity. Everybody wants to be this and be that until it pulls their character up. But see, you faced all of that and you still made it happen. And to me, man, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you a bishop, you a prophet, you a queen, you the it, you the him, you the her. I don't care. What does your word sound like? What is your heart like? I don't care who you are. I'm sorry, bishop. I'm sorry, pastor. I'm sorry, queen. I'm sorry, broke CEO. But what is your character like? How do you treat people? How is your heart? And baby, you kept that queen title with your crown lifted, never tilted. And you produced everything that you said with integrity. God daggone it, if that ain't a black queen, if that ain't a woman of God, if that ain't grace, if that ain't elegance, I don't know what is. Because you didn't have to.
You said it.
Nothing. Integrity, character, the word. Everybody want to be prophecy, super holy, super. Look in the mirror, identify with yourself, love yourself, and begin to love other people and stay true to your word. Stop chasing the title. Do folk right. The title will meet you when you get to the top. Sometimes the title will meet you halfway there. How can I speak like this? Because it happened to me. I was a CEO with no money. But when that integrity came, when I came and started to do things right, when I became honorable, everything came. And I mean everything. Peace, joy, money, happiness, all of that. Your word is all you have. And when you don't back down on your word, and when you care for others, and when you really mean it, daggone it, don't ask me how am I, just so because you know I'm strong and you know I'm going to say okay. And so when something happened, and when I do this live, you say, but LA, we did ask you, was you okay? I told you I was okay because I knew that your intentions was wrong. You knew I was going to say I was okay so that you could come back and say, well, I knew she was going to say she was all right. At least I asked. You ain't going to do nothing for me in the first place. I ain't got time to play with nobody no more. I don't care, family, father, mother, brother. Daggone, I know people still around just so they can say they was around. Just because you in the building with me don't mean you with me. Just because you in the circle with me don't. Just because you got my same last name. What is your heart towards me? What is your grace to me? And that speak volumes because LA have bad days. You know, and people don't know how bad they get. LA has very bad days. I'm a very different type of person. I'm a very different type. But the fact that you know that my heart is pure and I meant nothing, you say, I'm going to just give her a couple of days because you know that they'll never take one day.
Exactly.
See, but I got people who I done paid their bills. I done looked out for them. I done blessed them. And I told them, straighten your life up. And she thinks she better. Why she talk to me? That this. Girl, get out your feelings, have some integrity and some accountability and live your daggone life. Peace be with you.
I'm telling you. And you know what? This is what people really need to understand. And I'm glad you spoke on it because we was in the parking lot and you looked at me and you said, Lorraine, you still going on with this pageant? You know you can cancel it right now. And I didn't even go into much. I did look at you and say, no, ma'am, I'm not going to cancel it. And you was like, Relita, I told Relita this and that. And you was like, and I said, yep, she told me. And I said, but I knew this is what I know. If I really had to if I didn't exhaust all of my resources, and it exhausts all of the avenues that I can go down to make this happen, then it would not sit right with me. It would not sit right with me.
That's called integrity, character, and love. No. See, we don't have much of that. That's why I'm okay with you. I swear, you know, and you know, many people don't know my life transitions a little differently. And even in my transitioning, you'll always be there with me for the simple fact, I don't care about nobody. I don't care how much money they have. I don't care what they doing with their life. What's your integrity and what's your heart like? Because see, if your integrity and your heart right, God will use you in any position. God will take you from homeless to a millionaire. Listen, he's a right now God. He's a right now. Everybody talking about faith. Daggone it, we messed up in the world because we took one word away from faith. It says now faith. Now faith. Not just faith, now faith. But that only comes when your heart is right. That only comes when you have an integrity. And you only keep your word when your heart is right. Because you're not worried about what nobody think. It's like you got to sleep with you. Listen, I'm not caring about my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my husband, or my wife. I don't care about my mama, my father, my brother, my dad. Listen, daggone it, it's just me and Jesus when I close my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And daggone it, you know, that's like when you cheating on your husband, you cheating on your wife, you think you got away with it, but you still sleep with the phone under the pillow with one eye open. Ooh, what did the bed moved the wrong way? That's the same way the Holy Spirit deal with you. You know you said the wrong words around the wrong people. You know you ain't had a love of God in your heart. That prickling in your stomach ain't that you ate bad food. You ain't about to come on your cycle. The Spirit of God is saying, get up and make it right. Stop taking time for granted. Stop walking around here like somebody owe you something and live right and be an example so I can bless you immediately.
Immediately. And now faith. LA, you done took this situation without knowing it was going to go this way. This is again why I wanted this to be a freelance conversation, a genuine conversation. There was no question since. It was just saying, hey, this is what we're going to address. And our conversation moved freely. The way you just talked and expressed yourself was second to nothing else. You know why? Because it was from deep within in your heart. And again, if anybody is currently on this live right now, I can guarantee you right now, they are like, I didn't expect to get so much from what I just experienced. And sis, we did that. We did that together because, you know, we mirror each other. And I've been using this before, but we mirror each other in a different way. We've been through different things, different struggles. You know, we had our ways of being brought up. We had doubtful people. You know, people doubted me since I was a young girl. People in my family that said they was going to be there for me. They said I'm the oldest grandchild on my father's side. And I didn't feel like I had my family on that side until I'm my current age right now when I turned 40 years old. When I had my daughter at 15, my grandfather looked at me and told me, are you going to have more kids and be on welfare? Never been on welfare a day in my life. I've been working in management since I was 16 years old, and here I am at 40 years old. It was always somebody doubting around the corner, but I never let them people take in control of my journey. You can't take control of me. Have I had falls and have I failed? Yes. But let me tell you my meaning of failure. Failure to me means first attempt in learning. Change the definition of these words. It means the first attempt in learning. Write it out and you will see. That's only the first time. You got to get up and do it again. And you will see what happened from there. So I relate to you in so many ways. I thank you for being comfortable enough to bless everybody that's here with that energy you just gave them. You know what? Yeah, get right with yourself. You came in here for something else. And now we're telling you to get right with yourself. No one is perfect, but be understanding and be patient with yourself too. Let yourself get that time of growing. That's what we're talking about. You know, I done had you on here for an hour and a half. Can you believe it? We've been in this conversation for an hour and a half.
You know, you're the only person that gets this type of time.
And I love you for it. So, you know, talking about what y'all understand now, one more time, I just want to make sure y'all really get this, okay? Right now, her direction is still in the place of giving. Her direction, she's already explained to me she's a part of my village. But I need everybody that's out there watching right now, take one more look at this And make sure you understand, it doesn't have to be a reason to give, just give. Giving is living. DC, Cash App, $ SOWSEEDSERVE. Do your part. If you got to give $1, give $1. She ain't going to turn it away and give it back to you. Everything counts. Everything is necessary. It is what it is. And this is a great way to end this. Progress is not perfection. I absolutely love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Queen Relita. And now, talking on another level, back to the pageant. It's our 5th year, LA.
Listen. I'm curious.
Oh, you don't have to be, baby. You don't have to be. You just know it's about to be everything.
Listen.
Everything.
Y'all stay safe during this pandemic. Y'all, listen, ladies, y'all get y'all girlish figure right. I'm in the season of blessing. I'm also in the season of partying. The reason I'm curious is because I know that whatever way you decide to go, that'll be blessed and it'll be done in excellence. I'm excited to meet the ladies. The ladies itself in the beginning is a whole vibe, so I'm excited, and I'm excited for the ending of it because that's what people don't know is party time.
It is.
And so since it's the 5th year and it's going to be like anniversary edition, I'm like, I'm got to get my shimmy together, like.
Okay. You got to get it together.
I know that you're going to party. I know that you're going to celebrate. I know that people are going to celebrate you. I'm excited because you don't see too many pageants that last this long with the same excitement. After the 2nd year, it's like, whatever, they're just doing it for the money. Just give me the crown. The crown is a good thing to walk away from this pageant. But just think that you've made 5 sister circles, Queen. Yeah. This year you will be making 5 sister circles. I know that the Lord is pleased. The reason I say that is because we need people to show love in the earth. We need to feel a part of something. We need somebody that we can call on. And I can speak for myself. I talk to a lot of the ladies from the pageant. I know that a lot of the ladies check in with you. I know Relita still talks to her sisters. I know that, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, it's awesome to see that the sisterhood that you've created, other people have created sisterhoods as well. And so it's like they've taken each other on a different level. Yeah. And so it's like growth. You produce fruit, Queen. You know what I'm saying? That's the excitement. Like oh yeah, I can see the comments. That's cuz, right? Yes. Yeah, now listen, This is what I'm saying. Cuz it's kind of funny. And then just the relationships. I'm excited. I'm not knocking the pageant at all. I'm excited about the relationships. I'm excited that I get to see nieces. I live for a good cut up. Me and Deshaun. Like, yes, it's nothing like she never lets me down. I'm excited that nephew is going to have to work the door and he's going to say, oh, this one, I don't know. Like I'm excited that, okay, listen, you know what? We did a dishonor. I'm going to say me because my man, and I'm just now saying his name, that daggone brother, Mr. Eric, there, daggone it. I'm going to tell y'all, man, if men watching this, man, brothers, y'all need to take a note because that's my man, $100 grand. Mr. Eric do everything but be in the pageant. And we laughing, but have you taken a look at your life to see the fruit that you have around you and the examples that you have around you?
Yes, ma'am.
The Lord has covered and blessed you. The Lord has graced you with certain things. That's why when people talk about failure and success, what does your failure and success look like? Because does Lorraine have $5-6 million? No. But man, you got something my $5 and $6 million can't buy. You have a loving family. Y'all wear onesies and t-shirts. Y'all y'all fuss at each other. Y'all mean it. Y'all stand up for each other. Y'all mean it. If one person, man, listen, if one person was working at Popeyes, the whole family got to have a chicken sandwich, or one person can't have it. There's a listen, if one sister taking out a crochet braid, brother, I know you a boy, but you gonna help this. That's the type of bond that y'all have. And I just think that that's amazing. And because you're so loving, the women around you are being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And they now have sisters. Somebody that didn't have a sister now has 15 sisters. Somebody who did not have a mother now has a mother figure. Somebody who didn't even know that they could wear a gown now got to sit with a stylist. Somebody who said, I wasn't going to get in a gown because I didn't get married, wore the gown because they had to do formal wear. You never know the voids that you feel. And so that's the excitement. The pageant is great. The pageant is the one-day thing. That pageant is a one-day thing. But the journey and the process to the crown is what I'm talking about. That's the most amazing thing. And you created that with a pure heart. And so it's honorable, Queen. It's very honorable.
And I appreciate that. It's so funny because when people see this, I have to make sure they understand. That is our family. That is our Miss Full Figure D.M.V. Sister Circle crest that was developed because of the experience that we put in place. And people want to know, well, what does the R does not stand for royalty only? It stands for Ross. It stands for Ross.
Better know the queen.
And the crown, the sisters, if you really look close to it, it's a circle with the sisters actually holding their hand. And of course, we were established in 2017 under the Miss Full Figure USA pageant that been around for over 30 years. But you want to understand that we give you an open door. And I can't, first of all, I'm not going to tell you every girl walk away with the experience that we want them to walk away with. Some people are blocking their own situations because they like to be in a negative space. And you know what? That's okay. You can keep that. You can enjoy that. That's something I don't want to have. But you won't be able to walk away from this situation and say, I was never completely honest with you. If something has changed, I brought it to everybody's attention. Now, because you didn't have a say-so in it, doesn't mean that, it was that. But not only did you know about that change, the proper paperwork was put in place to make sure that you had documentation. For you won't say that I'm trying to hide something. No. Absolutely. I'm going to let you know what's going on.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, my saying is we are more than the pageant. We are a sisterhood like no other. In order to be a part of that sisterhood, you got to be willing to do your part and do your work. And don't expect anything. So, everybody comes in with some type of insecurities or something of that nature. You know what? That's okay too. But you got to be, again, willing to do the work and work on what it is. So if you don't walk away with the crown, like I said earlier, you walk away with an enhancement to who you are as a person, and you have some new skills to put under your belt. Okay, that's what you really walk away from it with that on. And I'm going to end that with also saying, okay, so we are currently right now open for registration. Okay, our registration is open right now. And because of the current state of the pandemic, we are going virtual. Take a little listen to my little commercial. Are you a full-figure beauty in the D.M.V. area, D.C., Maryland, or Northern Virginia? Ages 18 to 60? Yes, it says 60. Sizes 12 and up? Well, sis, we're looking for you. Miss Full Figure D.M.V. Pageant 2021 season and our 5th anniversary auditions are going virtual. Visit our website at www.missfullfiguredmv.com to start your journey to the crown. And sis, it's your time to shine. And if you haven't already, if you saw that and you haven't already, and you still not sure whether or not you want to be a part of our big party at the end of the year, subscribe to our And there you can see LA in action for the last 2 years and some of our interviews too. Baby, let me explain something to you. Someone said something yesterday on the live that we had celebrating our village. And what they said is that we are a movement. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. You know why? Because if you're a part of this movement and we're going in the right direction, we can set the world on fire. We can set the world on fire. LA, I want to thank you for being here with me tonight. Did you like my little commercial?
Oh, yeah, but hold on. All right, hold on. I got to check. So listen real quick, right? You love me, right?
I do. What did I do?
Nah, right. Listen, I'm about to embarrass the family real quick. Listen, I hope the kids is watching, or you're going to have to tell the kids, because tell them I mean this, what I'm about to say. And I know that after the live, I'm going to get a mad text message. I'm getting kicked out the house. But I got real life questions over here.
I'm listening.
So, I'm trying to sign up for the pageant. What's up?
Who? You?
Me.
You trying to sign up for the pageant?
What's up?
Are you serious?
Yeah, because listen, but this is the foolishness that I got, right? You ready for it?
I'm listening.
I checked all the rules and I've asked, a couple of questions. And it says it's Miss Full Figure D.M.V. And I'm in the D.M.V. I am a Miss Shanta, Santa, whatever you want to call me. It's a girl name. I'm full figure, right? But you can't disqualify me or count me out for audition or be winning the crown for the simple fact there is nowhere in your bylaws that states that I have to wear a dress. Y'all category, the closest thing to it is formal wear. And baby, I get
No. That's because you didn't read all of the contract information and the document. It says that you have to have on a full-length gown to the ground, sweetheart, in order to compete in the evening gown.
I am a designer and I will get my two creatives to come in. A full-length gown. I can wear my bishop robe. You remember the first year, my bishop robe? That is a full-length gown and it is holiness and covered. Now, please, see, I come to stir things up in the 2021.
Oh, my God.
Walls and barriers. So y'all gonna let me know what?
You have to also go through the auditioning process, young lady. Fill out the registration form and submit it. We love you, but we do not do special favors. I
ain't letting no favor. I'm gonna audition. I'm gonna take the crown, and I'm trying to tell you, I'm about to set the standards, baby. Because when I come through with my bishop robe, and it's full length, filled with Holy Ghost power, nothing can deny. I got nail faith. You see this? I'm all pretty and everything like that.
You are pretty.
My designer is going to stitch it real good. I'm going to have my cover and pray on it, and I can't be denied. And that means I'm going to just talk to the wrong person if y'all deny me. And I'm coming back full force because I'm coming to stir up in the 2021, baby.
Lordy, Lord, please help me, Jesus. She's doing it. She's doing it now.
Call on him when you need him. Call on him when you need him.
I need to pray on him right now. Lord, come down.
Because you know I'm a person of my word, and so what's going to happen?
Lordy, have mercy. You know what? Listen. When I see that registration go through, then we'll continue this conversation.
Hey, Relita, make it happen. Let me get my PR and my advisors on it. Relita, Carlton, I know you watching. Get the bishop robe together. I'm about to call my cover and put some holy oil on it. Oh, Father, we come to you in the name of
yeah. Oh my! And you know what? Here's what I do know. If she really want to do this, it's going to end up happening. My God, Lord, please pray for me. Please pray for me, people. Really, please pray for me. LA, I love you. You sure know how to end something. You right. You're going to probably get a couple of texts. You sure daggone right. You're going to get some. My God, I love you so much.
I love you too. Give to the kids, and to the boss man. Tell everybody I love them. And hey, in all seriousness, thank you. Thank you for being an integral woman. Thank you for your character. Thank you for your just thank you for being you. You know, sometimes we thank people for so many titles and all of that, but you know what? I'm not going to give you titles because maybe you don't want to wear the queen hat today, or maybe you don't want to wear the lover hat today. But what I'll tell you is thank you for authentically being you, because that's very rare right now. Don't change for anybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate your family. You're elegant, Grace, your poise, you're amazing. Keep going. Keep going, expand, and keep going again. Keep making those platforms, because there's nobody else that'll be able to do the things that you're doing and reach the people that you reach. And so if nobody has told you, please know that I honor you today for your character, for your village, the village that was assigned to you, because we have to remember we all have our own village. We all have our own people that we have to pick up and pour into. So thank you for being obedient and doing that, even in the midst of going through everything that you had going on.
Well, let me tell you something, sister. I appreciate you, and you do know that you are worthy of all that you receive. And the things that you have been through is going to continue pushing you through this new light that you see in yourself. And you know, I am going to be there as much as I possibly can. There's certain things that some people promise. They promise things sometimes they can't hold on to. But the one thing that we're going to always promise each other, to give each other grace and give each other patience. And because of that, my sister, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you for giving me your time tonight. All $1,460 of it, because it's been 1 hour and 46 minutes, dollar per minute. Oh my God. So y'all gotta hurry up and pay that bill for me by go ahead and cash app it.
Put my fee up there. No. Listen, 1 hour is $500. Look at my website. Consultation fee is $500. Oh,
1,400. I said $1,460.
That. So help me donate to the community. Don't pay Lorraine bill. Jesus is worthy. But if y'all can sew it to Giving is Living, hats are $25. I don't mind. I manifested the shirt. Listen, that's $25. Listen, God bless you. Good night.
Good night, baby. Bye. Oh my God, that was amazing. I could not have ended this week no other way than what we just ended. It started out with the direction of being about 45 minutes to an hour long, but we have doubled that and a little more because this conversation was necessary. It was needed. It started because I felt like something wasn't right because of what was happening and what I said, and now right now showing that appreciation to LA, to Mickey, to Monica, to Zach, oh my God, to Aubrey, to Honey, to Devin, as people are part of my foundation. Let's not, definitely don't mistake that I don't appreciate my immediate village, which is my husband, my children, Deshaun, Ayana, Shaylis, and Shaheem, my cousin, Nakia White, my sister-in-laws as well, Christina, Victoria, baby, my cousin Danielle, my cousin Noah. I can keep going. My village is huge. There's people in this community, like some that's on this live tonight, Miss Cynthia. I thank you. I thank you so much. I know that y'all are there for me for honest reasons. And that which makes everything that I do so much more easier. Now, let me get my mind right, because LA might be coming for real with the Bishop Road. Let me just let y'all know that. But what I am going to say, and the same thing I've been saying to her all night, love can be very free. It can free you from so much stuff that you got going on. If you give in love unconditionally, you'll be amazed at what's going to come back to you. So no one told you tonight that they love you, but Rain does. You know why? Because God say so. Have a good night.